I'm Adam Niffen.
And I'm Jeremy Cocaine.
This is Smith Welding Restoration. Nothing to add to that?
Well, it's, that's where we work. That's what we do. We make things pretty.
All right, I'm grinding Bondo. So you buy a car, you buy a truck, you buy a classic. We're over here on this 72 C10. And I'm sure the guy that sold the vehicle, he's like, oh fuck, we replaced cab corners, we replaced rocker panels, we patched the floor in. Cool, man. Fucking cool. So you consider this as you're looking at it to buy it. And it's all, painted and covered up and whatnot. You don't really think much about it. Everything looks pretty straight, right? No, not so much. Let me tell you, all this shit's done. You gotta ask by who and to what level of competency. All right, let's just start with something simple. There's our seam seal. It's all the way flush to the rain gutter. That's got to come out. You know they didn't take the old shit out, so underneath there's contaminants and rust. Cab corners. All right, so they replaced the cab corner. I went and ground this down. There's a 1/4 inch depression difference here. This is caved in. This was new with a big old fucking dent in it. They had, this was clean when I started, guys. We cleaned the shop up this morning. Alright, so we cleaned most of it up. I still had cardboard sitting out, but that door's half sitting on it, so. 15 minutes ago, this floor was spotless back here. So then you come around here. Big old gap. It's as uneven as it gets, crooked as a dog's hind leg, as they say. They put Bondo, fiberglass even, this is fiberglass here, over the top of the epoxy primer. And it was a 1/2 inch thick here. What do you think that's going to do in 6 months? There's not a single fucking scratch. I mean, I know I've got spot welds and shit that help delaminate it, but I didn't have one here, over in here where it started peeling from. I don't have spot welds down here. Complete and total delamination. It never stuck to anything. That right there is just smooth as a baby's behind. This is all caved in. There's over 1/2 inch of Bondo and fiberglass in this. I had to go so far. We haven't replaced the grinder yet, so I'm gonna have to clean this up. This is our buffer, which, there's no real difference other than the fact, function, purpose. I don't want to use this for grinding on cars. I want to keep it for buffing. Anyhow, I had to take the buffer out, put our 8 inch disc on it, and use a 36 grit pad to get this knocked down. I just wasn't getting anywhere with the high-speed sander. Buying an unfinished project is fine. Buying a project car is fine. Buying a Survivor that needs to be restored is fine. But you gotta know a little more about the story than just they replaced the cab corner. They patched the floor. Very disheartening. That's where we're at on this. Big fucking mess is what it is, okay? I'm gonna get the gator jaws from the porta power in there, and I'm gonna start pushing metal around and get all this shit looking right again. I'm gonna tap and hammer on it and get it straight as I can, and then yeah, we're gonna have to go over it with a wipe of fiberglass and then top it with some body filler. We'll push it out and do the hammer work. We'll do some more welding where there's gaps and voids between the old panels and the replacement panels. We'll get everything straightened out to the doors themselves. That way we can use minimal body filling and such. When you start stacking it up that thick, I expect to see this kind of shit on a car lot car. They are exactly what they are. Inexpensive cars for you to drive for a year till your tax return comes in next year. There's a lot of people in the lower middle classes that deal with life that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's what you come to expect. But this was crazy. So it was bought as is. We're making it right. We're not making it accurately perfect, but we're making it right. There'll be metal there now. There'll be very little filler. There will be a lot less bullshit than we're dealing with now. I had to pop in and say, hey, talk to you later. Wow, made it to the end of the video. Thanks for checking in. Come back on the next one. See what the hell we're up to next time. Subscribe, comment. Find us on over on the old Facebook, Smith Welding Restoration LLC on Facebook. Numbers at the beginning. Have any questions? Call.